friends, it's Lindsey from the blog Books for Christian Girls, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a really fun challenge that I was tagged to do actually over on Instagram by Novels and Night Skies, so thank you so much for the tag. When I saw these though, I was like, this would be a really fun video. And I'd love to see some of my fellow booktube friends' answers for this, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do the... Okay, ready? I've practiced this. Are you ready? Okay, ready? The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 tag. Number 5 is 5 books you recently gave 5 stars to, or 5 books you really love. I saw both versions, and that's kind of the same thing for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my last 5-star reads. Which, fun fact, the first 4 are ones I've read this year. I've ever had 4 5-star books. It never happens. I can't imagine. When did that happen last? I have no idea, but it's been quite a while, and I'm just super excited. So the first one is Heirlooms by Sandra Byrd. I loved this big, thick book. It is a dual time period novel, and it features Korean and Korean American characters, and also the beautiful Korean language that I love so much, and a flower farm and growing food and all kinds of stuff, and it was just really neat. Really enjoyed this one. Another 5-star book I read recently was Return to Boone's Hollow by Sawyer. This is the sequel to another book I absolutely adored, loved, fangirled about, will forever fangirl about. But this was the sequel that released this year, and it was just so sweet. It was just so beautiful. I loved seeing the characters again. It was set a few years after the prior book, which was set in 1936. This one was set in 1941. And we see a lot of the same characters again. And it was just so sweet. I loved this one so much. The next book is Off the Chain by Janice Thompson. This is a very light, cozy mystery featuring puppy dogs, as you might be able to expect. And this book is set in Texas. Speaking of puppy dogs, there's my puppy dog barking. Because what else would she do when I film a video? Sleep? Never. So, we have another puppy dog book. Really thought this one was so cute. So excited to continue the rest of this series. It's just really cute. Light romance, light mystery, very clean, very cute. Texas charm. There you go. And then I have Barefoot Memories by Taylor Bennett. This is one of the books in the Tradewind series, and I just loved seeing, I can't say too much because you know this is in the middle of the series, but I just loved seeing the main girl Olive's character development all the way up to this book, and it was just really good. I really enjoyed this one. It's a really good series. If the first book doesn't pull you in, give the second book a try. That's all I ask. But yes, really good. Great faith content too in that series. And then the next book that I gave a 4.5 or a 5-star rating, and I just really want to talk about it, and I think I read this last fall or end of the year 2021, and that is Mind the Gap by Erynn Mangum. I love this author. This though is featuring the main girl, Kate, who has been let go from her dream job and is very, about it because obviously, but her grandmother has the idea that they are going to go on a trip to London and have an adventure. And do they ever? Super cute, super clean romance, great faith content. If you're new to the Christian market and you just want solid faith content, very sweet plot, clean romance, Erynn Mangum is the way to go in my opinion. She is just absolutely lovely. Her books have tons of humor in them. The characters are just so relatable, and yes, I just really adored this one. It was so cute. It was really good. It was really good. So those are my last 5-ish star reads. Thanks for letting me talk about them. Number 4 is 4 auto-buy authors. And I have multiple auto-read authors typically, but I really only have 2 auto-buy, and those are actually in this stack. So let me pull those out. Can you guess which 2 it is? Can you? And that would be Janice Thompson and Erynn Mangum. I love these 2 authors. They are easily my very favorite authors. There's just something about their books that just make me so happy. They are comfort books. They are just wonderful. So these are my 2 auto-buy authors. It doesn't really matter if it's a fiction book by them. Give it to me. Sometimes even if it's a non-fiction book, I'll do it too. So really love those 2 authors. And then auto sometimes auto-buy. I really only have those two as auto-buy. Okay, so for some auto-read authors, I have quite a few probably that like I'm always very curious about, but what the book is, the plot, is what really makes me decide if I'll read it or not, if it alludes to things I don't typically like or that kind of thing. But some auto-read authors that I typically read every book from because I like their writing style or they have good humor or faith content or whichever. Those would be like Turano. I've enjoyed almost all of her books. Carrie Turansky, her historical books have just been lovely. I haven't read as many of her contemporary books that I'd like to though, but I did really enjoy all of her historical books that I have, and I own quite a few. And then also typically I auto-read Melanie Dickerson, particularly her fairy tale series. She has a new, the Regency series about widows. I read the first book, but it wasn't really my thing, so elsewise I would say yes, auto-read completely, but I'll just say typically Melanie Dickerson is an auto-read for me. I did really enjoy her Regency Spies of London series. Personally, I'd say that is my favorite series by her. But the new series I haven't finished and I don't plan on finishing, but her fairy tale books are classics in the Christian industry, the Christian fiction industry, that is. And number 3 would be 3 genres I love. And for me, I read under the Christian fiction umbrella, and under that umbrella, I love historical fiction. Obviously, my time period is right at like the 1900s, like 1890 to 1906, up to 1910, we'll say. I like that time period if we're being oddly specific. That's just the time period that makes my heart go ooh. And then I also really love young adult. I just think it's so much fun. I don't know why I still love young adult, but I've gotten more into fantasy in that umbrella and I've enjoyed some books. But yeah, just young adult as a whole. And then I also really like suspense. Typically though in the Christian market, it's romantic suspense, which can be a hit or miss for me. But yes, I have book recommendations in all those genres all over my channel, so I hope you'll check those out. Number 2 is 2 places I love to read. And if you've seen any of my reading vlogs, especially my last one, you will see only 2 places, and that is my pink chair and at my desk. Exciting stuff. Yeah, reading at my desk isn't always the most comfortable, but I review books with content details, so I'm always, as I read, I note down the content that is in the book. So I have to have my laptop right by me, or if I'm reading like on an iPad, I have to highlight the content. So yeah, those are my 2 places really. I used to read in bed all the time, but I really don't do that anymore. And then one book I promise to read soon. The opportunities I have quite a few I could talk about. Let's see. I have quite a few and I don't know which one to discuss. I'll go with one that's releasing soon. Actually there's one releasing today that I'm filming this. But I'm stalking my library app. Do y'all do that? Like on the day? Let's check while I talk about it. Do y'all do that? Like when you know a book is releasing, do you stalk your library app for it? Libby does not have it. And Hoopla only has the audio right now. And that's Blood Secrets by Morgan L. Busse. I plan to read that one soon. It is the 2nd book in a duology. It is a steampunk dystopian fantasy genres, plural, I guess. I liked the first book. I'm very curious about the 2nd book since the first book ended on a cliffhanger. So I will be reading that book soon. But I hope I've read it by the time this video comes out, or at least I'm reading it by the time this video comes out, so I don't know if that one should count or not. I also, though, towards the end of the month will be reading The Bride of Blackfriars Lane by Michelle Griep. The first book was really cute. This is an unexpected full-length sequel. I was not expecting that. And it just looks like our main girl, Kit, is going to get into more mischief, and I'm excited to see about that. So, I mean, we could go with both of those books. I feel like I've already read Blood Secrets, though, by the time this video is out. Hopefully, if my library will get the ebook copy in, that'd be lovely. Hint, hint. And And finally, there wasn't an amount of people to tag, so I'm just going with 3. And I'd like to say how hard that is, because, okay, this is like such a blessing thing to say, and that is that there is such a good-sized community of booktubers that talk about Christian fiction now, Christian booktubers. And that is just so exciting, because when I first started this channel 5 years ago, has it been 5 or 6 years? I don't even know. I think we're approaching the 6th year. 2017. Yeah, okay, so in January I will be on booktube for 6 years. That's crazy. But when I first started, there was really only like 4 of us, and now we're just like almost 20, and that's really, really exciting. And they're such sweet friends, and I have other ones that I haven't watched their videos yet, so I apologize. If you are a new Christian booktuber and you've commented on my stuff and I have not watched your videos yet, I apologize. Feel free to send me a reminder in the description. Say you're a new Christian booktuber. Hi, let me check out your videos. Give me a month. I'm behind on my watch later list. I watch everything in order. But we have so many new friends joining us just in the last couple of years, and it is just so neat to see. And so I am at the dilemma that I don't know who to tag, because I want to tag everybody, but if I tag 3 people, we're going to go with 3 people, then they can tag 3 people in the whole thing. It's not an MLM, I promise. And because I have so many sweet friends here on BookTube now, I am putting y'all all in a Wheel of Names generator, and we're going to find out who, come on, spin, we're going to find out who will be tagged, because I can't pick. I want to tag everyone. Celestria! Oh my goodness! Okay, Celestria, you're tagged. You get to do this one if you have time. If everyone has time, you're welcome to do this. If I did not tag you, we can say the wheel landed on your name. That's totally fine. So if you have a moment and you'd like to do it, feel free to do it. Celestria, anyone else? Let's see. Number 2 is Amy over at Pretty Little Paperbacks. You've been challenged, tag. How do we say that actually? How do we say that? Like, you've been tagged, you've been challenged. If I say you've been challenged, it kind of sounds like I'm challenging you to a duel. Who's never... Oh, that was super close between Lou and Melanie, but Lou, you have been selected by the wheel as well. So there we go. We have Celestria, Amy, and Lou. Okay, sweet friends, if y'all would like to do this one, y'all are tagged, challenged. I don't know, that sounds really weird. That sounds really weird. This isn't a tag, it's a challenge, but if I say I challenge you to do it, that kind of sounds like I'm asking you to do something very dramatic, or I'm challenging you to a duel. We'll just say a tag. I'm tagging you to do this if y'all would like to do it, if it looks interesting. If not, no worries. It's just a quick, fun video, though I talk a lot, so nothing's ever quick with me. Anyway, there we go. Thank y'all so much for watching. This was the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge. You don't want to know how many times I have practiced doing that, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope to see some of my sweet booktube friends do it, and I will see y'all next time. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel, and I'd love to know if you've read any of these books. If you don't plan to do this tag either here or on Instagram, if you want to do it on Instagram, like as a caption, say I tagged you. Totally good with me. And let me see your answers. I'd love to know. If you don't plan to do it though, that's okay too. I'd love to know your answers to some of these in the comments, particularly maybe the auto-buy authors. I don't know, I think that's really an interesting thing to hear other people talk about. That's like, no question to ask, I'm buying this author's books. I'd be really curious to know. I really only have those 2, but I have a few others that I'm like, yes, very highly possibility, yes, that I talked about earlier. But that is it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I am Lindsey from the blog Books for Christian Girls at blogspot.com, where there's a new review every Monday and Friday, and then I try to post a new video on this channel every other Friday. And I'm on Instagram a little more active now, so I hope to see y'all on all those places. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!